you tell us about how we tackle infidelity?
Oh, so tackling infidelity in marriage has to do with, first of all, one person cannot tackle infidelity in marriage because it is the reaction of one person that prompted the other person to go out and cheat actually. So infidelity in marriage can be tackled through unity. Through unity. The both parties must agree. In the book of Amos chapter 3 verse 3 it says, can two work together except that they agree? So there must be an agreement. If both parties do not agree, if couples don't learn to agree, then there is room for cheating. There's room for infidelity. Infidelity becomes inevitable when there is no agreement. Agreement on which aspect? There has to be. One of the things that push agreement is the ability to be open to each other. The Bible says in the book of Genesis that the two of them, they were in the Garden of Eden and they were naked and they were not ashamed. So when both parties begin to hide things from each other, when they begin to have a secret between each other, it will generate gradually, it will lead to cheating. Cheating is not always, infidelity does not always start with sleeping with someone who is not your wife. Infidelity begins the moment you begin to confide in someone outside instead of your spouse. Your spouse should be the first person that gets the first hand information about everything you have to do. So when you begin to push information outside that your spouse is not aware of, when you begin to push information outside without first discussing it with your wife or with your husband, you are pushing for infidelity. And it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It is a laid down principle that two cannot work together except they be agreed. So things that bind couples together to sort out infidelity in marriage is communication. Communication brings a platform for agreement. When there is no communication, there will be no platform for agreement. You and your wife cannot come into agreement when there is no proper communication. And for you to have a proper communication, you have to consistently be humble. You have to keep pride. There are certain things you want to tell your wife or you want to tell your husband, but because you are proud, because you are arrogant, because you are self-centered, you will think that person is not worth the information. Especially when you marry someone that is not mentally developed as you are, then you will now begin to look the person less. You begin to see the person less of what you used to see the person, and thereby you feel the person is not worthy of those information, forgetting that marriage brings you into a platform where you become one. No matter your intellectual capacity, no matter your eloquence, in your excellence, no matter your degree, everything drops when it comes to marriage. And that's on that platform of understanding that one is not higher than the other, then you now know that you have to communicate. If you like, let your husband be a professor and you are just a trader. You have to communicate. As a man, no matter the level that you are in life, you must communicate. Raise the platform of communication in your marriage. This is the way, one of the ways that will bring about that will eradicate infidelity from marriage. Marriages go through infidelity, and at times they don't really know how to go about it to sort it out because they did not know how it crept in. So if sometimes you marry couples, let them go. It just come on you. Get lost.